Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've all had a great week. If you're new here, I'm Alicia. I have been doing YouTube for the last like 8 or 9 years now. I love all things beauty, art, fashion, travel, all sorts. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me. I also upload several YouTube shorts every day. I thought I'd just say that because I know a lot of you guys will be new coming to this video because it is a 1-year post-op SEPTORHINOPLASTY update, and I know a lot of you guys just find my videos through my nose job vlogs, and a lot of you have discovered me from TikTok and Facebook as well. Some of my nose job videos went, well, you could say viral. What is viral these days? I don't know, back in the day over 1 million was, I guess, classed as viral, but yeah. But anyway, my videos got really big on TikTok. I got a lot of traction. It is still the most asked question I get in my DMs all the time now is, how's your nose looking? What was the cost? What was your experience like? Tell us about your doctor. Tell us any bad things about it and all the good things. Did you like your result? Yeah, but the number one question I get asked is how much was it? And that's probably because I left out the information. I said to just DM me because yeah, that was personal information, but I'm just gonna let it all out in today's video and tell you how my nose is now 1 year post-op. And the reason why I made this video is because not only are you guys asking me insane amount of questions over on Instagram and TikTok, I did promise myself that I would do one of these videos, and it's because you see not the final result, but pretty much like after 1 year post-op is kind of what your nose should look like. Most of the swelling should have gone by then. It would have drooped down and fallen into place because that's what happens after a SEPTORHINOPLASTY. So I probably look completely different now. Like my nose looks completely different now. It's actually the 6th of March today and I got my surgery on the 24th. I am actually 2 weeks early to say this is 1 year post-op, so I've still got another 2 weeks to go, but I thought, why not film it anyway? I don't think it's going to change that much like from now and another 2 weeks, even though in the last 2 months I have seen like crazy results. Like the last of my swelling just really disappeared. I still have a little bit of swelling, especially in this side of my nose just here, and maybe just a tiny bit in here still. I can still feel it's like a little bit squishy. You guys are probably like, oh my gosh, but it's something you still notice. You can actually feel the fluid like underneath. But yeah, my nose looks so different to what it did when I first showed you guys, and I wanted to make that clear. Like when I showed you, don't think it's like the final result or what it's gonna look like. I know a lot of people I know are probably like, oh my gosh, like it looks weird or something. Like I've had a few comments even from like my own family saying things, oh my goodness, like your nose looks wider, because obviously the swelling, and they're like, oh, it looks pointy. And there was comments coming through, and I probably know people I know were saying things as well, but I had to reassure them. I was like, it's gonna look completely different now than what it does back then. Like you have to wait a year, up to 2 years to see the final result. So this is 1 year, and it will keep continuing to change after 2 years. So yeah, I am just so happy with it. I feel amazing. Like honestly, I did not know that this could change my whole confidence in the way that it has. It's changed my breathing so much. Like I honestly feel like a vacuum, and it's to the point where it's like too much fresh air that it gives me like brain freeze. Like I'm not used to that, and it's probably normal for a lot of people, but I do know a lot of people do have like slightly blocked noses even if they don't have like a deviated septum, because I had quite a bad deviated septum. You could actually see that my nose was crooked, and I couldn't get air up it. Like whenever I breathed, one of these nostrils would like clamp shut, or I think they both clamped shut. That's one way you can tell you have a deviated septum, and if not, you can also put your nose up like this and see if one of your nostrils are like crooked or uneven. That's also another way you can tell. I had both of those. I had a really crooked nostril. I'm actually going to show you some photos here of my before, and I look back to these now and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just felt like a completely different person, and my nose was getting more crooked as I got older. I don't know why. I did have a large hit to the nose from a child. I used to do early childhood teaching, and they flew into my face and really like knocked my nose. I don't know if they like fractured it or something, but I remember that happening. So I don't know if I actually got a nose fracture from that, but I did notice it was like getting worse and worse. I've just always had a crooked nose. I've always had like a longer nose and quite a big bump on my nose, and I have had like uneven nostrils. I'll show some photos up here. I mean, I love that nose as well, like on other people, but I just did not like the bump on my nose and how it was like longer and it was crooked. It like swayed to one side. It was quite droopy at the tip, and at the time people were like, what are you talking about? Like, it's fine, it's fine. And now since I've had it like done, they're like, oh wow, like I've had a few people say like, oh wow, your nose is so much smaller now, or oh my goodness, we didn't realize how crooked your nose was until you got it changed. And it was something really, like, I didn't really notice the crookedness until I got older, and I was like, no, yes. And my breathing is really bad as well. So why am I leaving it like this, you know? And I wanted to be brave. I did consider getting, like, for the aesthetic purposes, like nose fillers, but I heard that's like really bad. I'm so glad I went to Turkey, and I'm so glad I did, because they just had so many doctors, amazing doctors. It was way more affordable. They made like the noses way more like smaller and changed. Like, I remember seeing before and afters from New Zealand doctors, and it wasn't really that much different. And I heard like some stories of people getting it done here, like some people I know got nose infections or an undesired shape, or someone that I heard of like pretty much nearly bled out and nearly passed away getting their surgery. So I was like, oh my goodness. And yeah, there was a lot of things that made me not want to do it here. To get in with a New Zealand doctor as well, there's like a year-long wait time. Like, it's actually ridiculous. People are waiting so long to get surgeries here, but you can literally just find a doctor over in Turkey, do some research, make sure they're experienced, make sure that they know what they're doing, make sure that they do natural noses, because one thing a lot of doctors do in Turkey is like the upturned noses, and it's like too piggish, it's too upturned, and people don't actually do their research into the before and after work that their doctors do. So I found my doctor, Dr. Emery Kokak. He is honestly so talented, and I have gotten him so much work since I have talked about him and made videos. I've probably like got him over 100 people actually booking with him, which is crazy. Like, that might not seem like a lot, but when you're actually talking about a cosmetic surgery, like, that is freaking heaps. Considering I only uploaded those videos like less than a year ago. So yeah, I honestly highly recommend him. This isn't a video to encourage surgery, obviously. This is for those of you that may want to know in case you've just had surgery done and you're worried about your results and what it looks like, because I do know that's a big thing for people. Like, they get their nose done and it's like in the center of the face, and they're not used to that change, and they're like, oh whoa, like I feel weird, or oh no, like have we made a mistake, or why does it look like this, or is it gonna change? Like, this is for those of you guys, and it's also for those of you who have actually contemplated surgery for a long time. Like, it's not something you should take lightly. I thought about getting this done ever since I was like 21 years old. So most of my 20s I have wanted this done, and I've not just wanted this done, I've needed this done because I couldn't breathe through my nose. And if you have breathing problems, then you're obviously going to have lots of long-term effects. You know, you're obviously going to have like sleep apnea, you can't breathe through your nose, you're not getting enough oxygen to the brain. That can lead to so many things in the future, like when you're older, like strokes, brain fog, concentration, memory loss, honestly, just everything bad. Like, you need fresh air to go into your body. It helps your organs be healthy. It just helps with everything, even eyesight. Oxygen is so important, so if you're not getting enough oxygen into your body, that can have bad long-term effects for your health. And I knew I was young, you know, I'm still in my 20s, so I wanted to get it done, and I'm so glad I did. And honestly, I just feel so confident. And it's so funny, like I always remember the comments that people made, like such positive comments. Like I don't really care about what other people say, like as long as I'm happy, but like the fact I got such an amazing response like on my TikTok video and in like real life, and people I knew like messaging me, it made me realize that I should have done this so long ago. If you have an insecurity, like I never liked my side profile. I was like, oh, I don't like my side profile. I think my nose is too big, it's so long. And yeah, and also even my own friends used to make fun of me for it when I was younger, and my own family, like my sisters and stuff. And that stuff does stick with you, like it does ingrain in your head for a long time. And yeah, I just wanted a change. I was like, okay, I'm old enough to make my own decisions, and it took a long time to actually go ahead with getting this done. I was so worried about what others would think, specifically like people in my family, and I was so worried about what they thought. But that's why you guys just have to make decisions for yourselves and not worry about what anyone else thinks. If I was so caught up worrying what anyone else thinks, I wouldn't have got this done at all. And if I didn't care at all, I would have had this done like in my early 20s. So I was 28 when I got this done. So yeah, I'm so glad I did it when I did. We got an amazing holiday out of Turkey. I went with the whole family. It was so nice to have them there with me for the support, and also we had a family holiday out of it, which was really well overdue. And I'm so looking forward to some more family holidays. We're gonna do a lot of Asia this year for like 5 weeks. As long as you've done your research, I do really highly recommend my doctor. I'll leave his details down below in my description. And I'll kind of talk a little bit about the process as well, about contacting them. So the thing that I did, funny enough, was through Instagram, because all I was looking at was noses, like nose jobs, SEPTORHINOPLASTIs. I was literally looking at that. So all of my explore feed, it was just noses everywhere. And it was like that for a good like a year and a half. And I knew I was getting more serious about getting this done. And then I came across my one doctor, I think on the explore page. I think he had I think it was through hashtags, I can't remember, but he had amazing work, like so natural, and that was what I was aiming for. I wanted something that looked super natural, like not too much different that I look completely unrecognizable. Like people think my nose looks way smaller now, but people can get like really tiny, like Barbie crazy noses, or like Michael Jackson noses. So yes, we did not want that. But my doctor had lots of natural results and such amazing results. I'd followed him and I liked every single video. I was like, oh my goodness, like he is the doctor for me. It was actually between him and this other doctor. I can't remember his name, but the other doctor was a bit more expensive, I think. And yeah, so what I did was I went with my gut. I said, no, like I think this doctor is the one. I'm so glad I followed my gut. This is why it's so important to follow your gut. If it's telling you something, listen. So I went with my gut and I was like, I reached out. So what you do, it's so weird in Turkey, like you literally reach out to the doctor through WhatsApp, because they get a lot of international guests, and some of the time you're speaking to the actual doctor, which I did, which I really liked, and sometimes you're talking to their like team, like their admin people, and there's like a Turkey number if you're Turkish, so they'll speak in Turkish, and there is like an English number. I remember I asked everything through there. He also sent like a simulation of what my nose was gonna look like. It does look kind of what my nose looks like now, but it's like slightly different, but this was a simulation that he sent. And I said kind of what I wanted, but he just sent that through straight away. He knew exactly what would look good and what would suit my face, and I was like, yes. I was like, I love that after image. I need to see him ASAP. Yeah, so if I booked with him that year, I would have gotten it for €1,000 cheaper, because most Turkey doctors go up in price every year. So I'm just gonna be honest in this video, because a lot of you guys asked this question and I'm really open about it. So Turkey doctors are much more affordable. So I actually paid €6,000 for my surgery. It was gonna be €5,000, but there were some reasons why mine costed more, which I'm not gonna talk about on camera. So if you want to know those reasons, then just message me. But yeah, so mine was actually 6,000 euros, and he actually charges that now, and I think like 7,000 for like revision cases. So lots of doctors will charge more if it's a revision, like if you've had a nose job before, they will charge more because it's like a harder job. So yeah, 6,000 euros, that converted to like $10,800 New Zealand, which is actually on the pricier side for a Turkish doctor. It's because he is so experienced and so popular. Even on Instagram, he's got like 2 accounts. He's got both accounts with over, one's got like over 120,000, one's got over like 140,000. So he is really well known, and that also made me trust him a bit more. I was like, okay, like a lot of people follow him, a lot of people have their noses done with him. And he's also an ENT specialist, so I highly recommend getting an ENT specialist. They know what they're doing. They're not just any old plastic surgeon that's going to change your nose, because at the end of the day, ENT specialists know inside and out of the nose and really know what they're doing. And you actually pay in cash in Turkey, which I know is so weird. Like, it took me a while to get used to that. I actually asked a few girls that had seen him, which is a good thing to do. I asked maybe like 3 people, like, oh, how was your experience with him? Do you like your result? How was it? Like, I asked about the anesthetic as well, because that was the main thing that I was worried about, was getting put under. I'd never been put to sleep. But yeah, it was so easy, pain-free experience. The nurses in the hospital treated me so well. It was at a private hospital as well. Yeah, he is on the like slightly more expensive end, but it's worth it because he just knows what he's doing. You get a good private hospital. You get, yeah, his office was really nice, and we stayed in accommodation that was only like a 5-minute walk from his clinic. So that was really handy, and we stayed in a big apartment. But I'm not going to go into too much detail about my whole journey. If you want to hear more about everything, then I'll leave another nose job vlog down below of me getting it done and stuff. So yeah, everything has been good. I honestly noticed swelling went down month by month, and in the first, I reckon it took me, like, a lot of people ask this, can you breathe or can you smell? So it probably took me like 10 days to get my smell back. I couldn't smell for a bit. And it took me maybe around 10 days for the bruising to completely disappear. I didn't actually get that bad bruising. Like, I did get bruising and I was swollen, but I wasn't as bad as like some other people. It's because he uses a technique called physio, like P-Z-E-I-O, I think that's how you spell it. So they don't break any bones in the nose or anything like that. It's less invasive and it's more advanced. So I really liked that as well. So yeah, month by month, I noticed my smelling would go, my shape would change. My nose was actually more like lifted like this, like slightly more when I first got it done, which I quite liked, but I'm used to it now. Like, as it's dropped, it just looks so natural. I absolutely love my side profile. I think it looks so nice and so pretty, and it's like, it fits my face so well, and everyone's like, oh my god, I love how you didn't completely like change your shape. You still kind of kept the overall like size of your nose, but like just made it a little bit smaller, a little bit more lifted, and took off the bump. And that's exactly what I wanted. This side, each side is like slightly different. So this side of my nose is really nice too. I really like this side. Both sides are a little bit different. Yeah, so I love my side profile, and it's so funny. Like, I always remember this comment, like when we went out to Auckland clubbing. Guys don't normally notice this stuff, but we were in the club. We were actually sending off my sister to go and live in Thailand. We were doing like a celebratory like farewell like night out, and I was like looking around for them because I'd like lost them, and some guy like tapped me on the shoulder because I was like looking around. I was going, I was like looking for them in the crowd, and he's like, you've got the best side profile I've ever seen. And I was like, yes. I was like, what the hell, like, this is amazing. Like, that was the comment that just was like amazing to me. I was so chuffed with that, because it was like a grown-ass guy, like probably my age or a little bit older, saying that I had the best profile I'd ever seen. And I was like, oh my gosh, why would a guy even notice that or say that, but the fact that he said that in real life, I was like, that is crazy. And I told him that. I was like, oh, thank you. I've actually just gone to Turkey to get my SEPTORHINOPLASty a few months ago. So yeah, I always remember that, but I'm honestly so happy with my nose. It is so cute. And also a lot of people I know and like my best friends and stuff are like, oh my goodness, like we're just looking at your nose, like we see that it's like so good, like it's so good now and it's really taking shape. And I was like, yes, it honestly does. Like it's a trust the process thing. Like in the beginning, like I remember watching back like a video I did for Okana on my Instagram, I'll link it here, and my nose looks so wide and my shape isn't there. Like it's like so straight with like 2 nostril holes. Well, to me anyway, it looked really strange. And yeah, it was like the tip was still dropping and softening, because yeah, that can happen. Like your tip's a little bit pointier than usual because it's like hard and it takes a few months for it to like soften. My tip now is nice and round. I'm so happy. Like, why didn't I get this done sooner? I love it. I'm gonna put a few pics here on the screen so you can see kind of what it looked like month by month. I did take a lot of photos and videos along the way, like for the whole year, so you can kind of see the change in my nose as we go on. You'll see changes all the time. Like I probably will see even more changes in my nose in the next 6 months even. And it was crazy because literally in the last 2 or 3 months, like the rest of that like stubborn swelling just completely disappeared. And you also have to realize if you wake up every morning is when the most like fluid, you know, retention sits in your face because you're lying down. So every morning I'd be like quite swollen. And I did tape my nose for up to like 5 months. Like I taped my nose for a long time, and I actually bought a roller tape like a few months ago just to tape my nose again sometimes, and I still do. The last time I did it was like maybe 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, and that's just if I notice like my nose is quite swollen at night time, and I'll just sleep overnight in the tape and it really shapes my nose. I haven't actually done it now, but it goes slightly more curved if I actually tape my nose. So I can actually manipulate the shape with tape, which is crazy. Like if I notice the stubborn swelling little bit in here is a bit much, I will tape it over, and then in the morning it's like flat and gone. It's so weird. So yeah, still little bits changing. And yeah, I love it. And my nostrils, like they are so even. Like this is the one thing that I can't get over. Like when I first got it done, I was like, how is that even possible? Like, look how even my nose is. It's changed my confidence. I just feel so like pretty now. And it's so weird because like you don't realize how much like a smaller, cuter nose actually makes you look more feminine. Like I look back now and I was like, oh my gosh, like I looked so much more like masculine with my old nose. I don't know, I think it's just because it like took over my face. Like they do say that if you have like a big long nose, it does take over other features of your face. Now I feel like people actually focus on my eyes and they focus on my lips, and people say I had really nice cheekbones like after I got my nose done, which is quite weird because I've always had nice cheekbones, but it almost makes them like stand out. Oh my god, I've actually got so much white under my eyes. Sorry guys. I've actually got so much like cheekbone because my nose is smaller. It's not like taking away the other features of my face. So my cheekbones, my eyes, my lips, like everything else like stands out a lot more, which I'm so glad about. But yeah, I can smell perfectly as normal. I can breathe so well. I don't feel as groggy like in the mornings, especially if I don't sleep in. I don't feel groggy in the mornings anymore. I am getting up like earlier when I can, and I just feel so much more energized because I can actually like breathe through the night. I'm not snoring. I wasn't that much of a snorer, but sometimes Matthew would catch me snoring, like odd occasion. He'd be like, oh, you were snoring or something. So I don't do any of that anymore. Snoring is an indicator of like a deviated septum as well. But I don't know, I just feel like I look so different. Like I'll link a few videos here of my TikToks, like just a few. These are so freaking cringe. I'm not gonna put the audio with them. But these look so weird. like I just looked so different. It doesn't help that I had thick eyebrows either, so I reckon I did look more masculine. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I think I looked so different there. And people I know have said that to me. They're like, oh my gosh, you're like, we didn't realize how much like longer your nose was, or how crooked it was, or how different you actually look now, you know. And there was also, it's so funny, like there's also been family members that haven't even said anything or haven't even really noticed. Like I'll go and see them and they don't say anything. And I was so nervous to like show a lot of my family like how my nose looked like and stuff. But a lot of them didn't say anything, as if they didn't know. So yeah, I mean, I guess like it's all in your own head with a nose, but like if you were to think to like a friend or something, you're not going to be like, ooh, like I can think of exactly how their nose looks kind of thing. But like when you see them in person, you're just like, oh yeah, like something looks a bit different, but oh no, yeah, they're still the same person kind of thing. So I think that was the same, like that's what was happening to me with my family. Like we don't really see each other that often, like a lot of my aunties and uncles and stuff, because they all live in Auckland. So I think they, you know, couldn't really remember exactly how my nose looked like. But I did tell a lot of them that I did get my nose done. So yeah, they didn't say anything about it, and I was kind of glad. I was like, good. My features are enhanced. I feel like I can breathe so much better. I feel so confident. I don't get insecure for showing my side profile anymore. Like I used to hate like one side of my nose. And it's so funny. I always used to pose on this side, like this. And now I pose actually on this side, which is so weird. My side has changed, you know, when you've got like a favorite side for a photo. Like either side I don't mind now, which is crazy, but I've changed sides. Like I find that so bizarre. But yeah, after talking about all of this, I just want to let you know that like all noses are beautiful. I think everyone is beautiful how they are born. Big noses, small noses, medium noses, long noses, tiny noses, lifted noses, droopy noses. Like I think everything is like beautiful, and it does suit everyone for how it's meant to suit them, you know. So don't get me wrong, like, you know, don't think you watching this and be like, oh, I need a nose job now, you know what I mean? Like everyone's noses is beautiful. I just wanted to upload this to help those of you that are already contemplating getting it done, or have gotten it done and are a bit worried about the after results. And if that is the case, then honestly your after results are going to look amazing. Don't worry, be patient. Your nose will change month by month, honestly. And after the 6-month mark is probably when you see a lot of swelling disappear and you're like, whoa, okay. And then you get your full like breathing as well after 6 months. I do want to mention that. The first like 5-6 months I was quite blocked. I was like, but in some days I'd be really clear and some days I'd be quite blocked. That is normal. It can take 6 months for your breathing to be as what it's going to be. Also, one more thing, if you have thin skin, I have thin skin. As soon as I see my doctor, he's like, yep, you've got thin skin, very good nose to work with, he said. If you've got quite thick skin, and especially if you have like an ethnic background, it can take longer to heal and get rid of swelling. If you do have thicker skin, your recovery process is a little bit longer, but if you have thin skin, then it doesn't take as long to heal. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I've been meaning to film this for a long time. I've been waiting for this moment to film this. I'm going to show you once more my side profile. Side profile. Oh, there goes that one. I hope you guys like this video. If there's anything that you want to know that I didn't answer in this video, or yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know down below in the comments, or even just DM me on Instagram or on TikTok. I get back to everyone, and it has been so time consuming. Like I swear I was messaging back so many people, like more than I'm used to. Like there was always people in my like other DMs folder on Instagram, like full of questions about how much my nose costed, how was it, how was the experience, how's my doctor. So I hope you guys liked this video and you learned something new from it, and you've been loving following my journey of how my nose has been looking over the last year. And yeah, if you guys liked this video, then please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I upload every Monday at 8 AM New Zealand time and YouTube shorts every day. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week and I'll see you in my next week's video. Bye.